Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Dream Daddy, where last week we went on a date with the entire bottom row and also had to watch as Damien's son, Lucien, tried to Cask of Amontillado Hugo's son, Ernest Hemingway. And then we went to the aquarium with Hugo. And Joseph's daughter, Christy, is a lot more palatable without her creepy twin. Otherwise, they turn into the Shining Twins. So, we have a notification from Matt. So we'll do Matt's little thing, and then we'll go on a date with Robert. Because we have one date with Joseph, and Robert's next. And then Brian, who popped up on our date with Joseph. I was not pleased. Anyway. Hey, David. What are your feelings about poker? Bet you hardly know her, but beyond hardly knowing her. Poker? Hardly know her? There it is. Well, good talk. Wait, I actually like poker. I just saw the joke and I had to take the shot. Please, Matt, I'm a dad. I'm contractually obligated. No, I get it. Anyway, we've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I should send an invite your way. Cool. Are we going to go play poker? That sounds great. I love losing money. I don't like losing money. Cool, dude. See you soon. Lose that money. What are the chances we win this poker game? I don't have a good... Put my arm on my other computer and moved the screen down. Matt invited me over to a poker night at Joseph's house. I put on my going out coat and walked over. The perks of living in a neighborhood with other dads. I'm loading something. Give me a second. This is what I want. This is the button. I'm assuming my mic's working. It's turned on. It is. Look at that. Skills. Across the way, I spot Matt, who's walking over from his own house. He's got a case of beer under his arm. Crap, I should have brought something. Hey, man. Crap, I should have brought something. Haha. No worries, man. It's your first time. Just bring a full wallet. No, I'm getting all the money. How long have you guys been at this for? Years, buddy. Just a nice way to keep in touch with the guys. God, I love autocorrect. It's never really been high stakes. It's never really high stakes. We pass through the fence enclosing Joseph's backyard. Craig, Brian, and Joseph hover around the patio, drinking beer and chatting. Robert sits in the corner, brooding as usual. Oh. David, glad you could make it. So am I. I'm psyched to take all your money. Craig, this is my money. I'm going to keep my money, and I'm going to take your money. I've played a single game of poker in my entire life. I was 12, and it was with a bunch of old men because I was staying with my grandfather. And I didn't even really play. I sat at the table and watched them play. Craig's the resident shark. We prefer the term person who's good at poker. So a poker shark. Well, I'm well aware. Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker. Are you still as terrible as you were in college? I'm worse, actually. Hey, I wasn't terrible. I'm not bad at poker. I'm definitely good at poker. Everyone stares at me. Okay, maybe that was a little defensive. Okay, I'm bad at poker. Nice. There's no way you're as bad as Joseph. Robert, my man. Way to go. Joseph shrugs. Oh. This is basically my tithing. I'm giving back to the community. Yeah. Plus, I'm happy to just sit here and eat all of Brian's snacks. Valid. Guess who brought pigs in a blanket? Damn. I did not eat before the stream because I decided to talk to a bunch of classmates and then talk to my bus driver for a little bit about Hot Wheels cars specifically. So I did not have time to eat, so I'm eating after the stream in 2 hours. So this is going to be fun for me. Not Craig. Oh. Hey, my chia seed and granola energy bars are just as delicious. Energy balls? Oh God. Just like my mother. My mother makes good. They're not energy balls. They're protein balls. And she uses peanut butter and honey we get from our community because she goes to the farmer's market on Thursdays. Everybody laughs. Let's just get the game going. Thank you, Matt. We all take a seat at the table and Matt starts dealing cards. The first couple rounds go by easily as I'm getting the hang of things, but it's obvious Craig is running the show. Should I plug in my phone? Yes, I've got 43%. And then I will put my duology of Alice in Wonderland. I went to the bookstore on Sunday, Barnes & Noble. I posted this on my Blue Sky. But I went to Barnes & Noble on Sunday and got 2 books. I got the duology from Lewis Carroll called Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and then Alice Through the Looking Glass, which is great. Also, my post on Blue Sky got liked by the Lewis Carroll bot, and I was in class when that happened. I started giggling. And then I got the entirety of H.P. Lovecraft. I got the entire collection of his book, his entire complete fiction. So I'm working on that. Because I love his writings. Do I necessarily agree with everything he has to say? No. But he's a classic for a reason. And plus, The Dunwich Horror is, I think, one of my favorite books in the entire thing. And maybe not. The Shadow of Innsmouth is good. And then The Colors into Space is also good. And plus, it's got Call of Cthulhu in there. So I could have gotten the Call of Cthulhu and and only his popular stories, or I could get all of them for $10 difference. So I got all of them instead. Craig, how did you get so good at this? It's pretty easy. You just start getting a feel for everybody's tell. Like Matt will scratch his ear. Hey! Brian adjusts his pants when he's trying to lie. Now wait a second. And I think you just loudly announce to the whole room when you have a good hand. Yeah, yep, that's me. What's Joseph's tell? Everything. Literally everything. That man is an open book. He couldn't lie if he tried. Well, at least I have God on my side. I have the power of God and anime on my side. Sorry, bud. God's not gonna help you win poker. Oh. See, you can't even say that with a straight face. What about Robert? I love this stare down I'm imagining in my head. Honestly, the man's an enigma. Robert raises his glass of whiskey to us and in a solemn salute. The only 2 dads that aren't here are Damien and Hugo. Honestly, I don't think Damien would play poker, and Hugo is too much of a goody two-shoes to play poker. He's also a teacher, so I don't think he gets paid that much. I think he'd wipe the floor with us if he actually tried. I'm just here because I enjoy the company. Aw, thank you, Robert. Where did this burst of energy come from? I was just laying in my bed, being like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. But no, I got up to stream for you guys, and I'm psyched. I don't know, because I get to learn a little bit more about Robert And unfortunately, Brian against Milo. I love his daughter, though. Daisy? Is that her name? I think so. And he has a dog, so if I get to see the dog, I'll have fun. Robert pulls out his phone and stares at it. Hey. Robert, is that a flip phone? Oh my god, Robert. Get with the times. When did this game come out? Store page. Give me a second. 2017! Get with the times, Robert. Just gonna throw me. Get with the times, Robert. Yeah. Whoa. What? Are you a drug dealer now? Yeah, Joseph. Totally. Oh. Yeah, what do you need? Horse, speed, Tijuana Johnnies. I can get you the street stuff easy. But if you're looking for something exotic or designer, that's maybe 72 hours and a favor called. Maybe I won't need you today. Maybe I won't need you tomorrow. But someday. Oh, I think I'm good. Right. But still, if you got the coin, I got the goods. He's joking. I dropped my phone in the toilet, and this is the backup until I can get it replaced under warranty. There we go. Everyone murmurs their sympathies. We've all been there. We go back to playing. I've really got to stop eating these pigs in a blanket. Pigs in a blanket? These pigs in a blankets. Pigs in blankets? I don't know. But they're very good. I think there might be cheese in them. Oh, God, guys. Stop talking about food. I'm hungry. Oof. I don't know if I've got enough to raise you on this round. You can always bet your firstborn. He's got 2 firstborn. If you think you can handle another one, be my guest. Briar and Hazel are a handful, to say the least. Buddy, you think 3 kids is a handful? Try 4. I'm operating at 100% dad capacity at all times. Oh. Actually, I think it's technically 5. Christine saw a commercial for one of those dolls that poop and wouldn't stop asking for it. We ended up getting it for her birthday, but she's so grossed out by the fake baby poop that she makes me change its diapers. So now I'm changing a real baby and a fake baby. Yeah. There's just a lot of poop in my household right now. Daisy got one of those a while back. One night I walked in on her after she tried to take the doll apart to see how the poop mechanism worked. But then she couldn't put it back together and started crying. Poop everywhere. Fake poop, but still. That reminds me of, wait, do we all have poop doll stories? At least the ones with girls. Oh! The only 2 dads missing are the only 2 with soul sons. Huh. I see where you're going, Game Grumps. Everyone nods in agreement. Guys, I really don't need any more poop in my life than there already is. Can we get back to poker and not talk about poop? Great job, Craig. Matt deals another hand, and we quickly forget about the poop. We run out of pigs and blankets, so we switch over to Craig's healthy snack food. It actually isn't terrible. Hey. These kale chips are phenomenal. We should sell these at the coffee shop. If you do them right, kale chips are the single best snack food I've ever had in my entire life. My mom makes them, and they're really, really good. I spend a lot of time with my mom, if you can't tell. I love my mom so much. And she actually puts up with me, because I'm under 26, so. I do remember one time, though, she got distracted while making kale chips, and they were in the oven. No, she didn't burn them. Instead, she pulled out the pan with her bare hand. That was an adventure. It's my own recipe. I'd be happy to give it to you guys. I can see it now. Pierce the kale chips. Matt, your hand in marriage, please. Pierce the Veil is a popular post-hardcore screamo band out of San Diego. We all look at Matt, confused. It's maybe not in any of your wheelhouses. How's the shop nowadays? Busy as ever. I'm toying with the idea of hiring on another person to work the counter, but I haven't found a good candidate. I have a daughter. Her name is Amanda. She would work for you. If Amanda's looking for a summer gig, let me know. That's really nice of you, but I think she's been burned out too badly by coffee shops before. Literally, not figuratively. Matt cocks his head to the side. I'll ask her, though. We get down to the final hand of the night, and it's Craig in the lead by a landslide. Joseph has long since lost all his chips and has taken to tidying up, refusing any help from the rest of us. Brian deals us all cards. So what's it going to take for Robert to give a damn on this round? Robert looks up from his half-empty glass of whiskey. Do you really want to unleash the beast? Well, now I'm curious. I got a long history of being a gambling man. But I'll only do it if you make it interesting. None of this petty chip nonsense. I got a Lily's 18-year single blend sitting in my closet right now. Was saving it for when River turns 21, but I'm willing to put it up as collateral. Now you're talking my language. He throws the keys to his truck on the table. She's seen better days, but you can still pull a tree trunk out of the ground. Nope. Myself and everyone else at the table immediately folds. Deal the cards, Bray Guy. Are you guys sure you wanna? You heard the man. Deal. Brian deals the next round of cards. Craig stares daggers at Robert, who casually sips his whiskey. So I know what you might be thinking. Robert put his old workhorse up for grabs, his only mode of transportation. At times in his life, his only home. How could he be so sure of his abilities in gambling? I'll tell you right now, Craig. I wasn't always like this. I was a lot like you. Smart, talented, cocksure of my own luck. Great biceps. Didn't last long, though. I lost everything in a game of Pai Gow back in the back room of a Shenzhen tea house on what I thought was a 3-day business trip. Everything gone. Clothes, money, identification, you name it. I don't believe you, Robert. You have a history. Woke up in a ditch near Shishao Park. I said that wrong. It's not going to get any better, I promise you. Not at this moment in time. And had to make my life new from there. It took me 3 years to beg, borrow, and steal my way back to American soil. You are lying. And in those 3 years, I saw the great depths of human fear, loved deeper than I ever had, and lost it all many, many more times over. I've seen my own death, Craig. I know how I die. It's not like this. So let me make this more interesting. Robert produces the deed to his house from his jacket and tosses it on the table. He's lying. Why are you doing... God. All I have and all I am. Are you prepared to go the distance? Craig wipes the sweat from his brow. He studies Robert's face intently, searching for any sort of tell he can find. Or any sort or tell he can... That's supposed to be of tell. That he can find. Robert casually sips his whiskey again. I fold. Everyone erupts. Fine, the whiskey is yours. And that's why you don't dance with the devil. So what was it? Were you bluffing or did you have the cards? That's for me to take my grave, fellas. Next week, boys. Next week. You got it. I'll be there. I almost had a heart attack. Welcome to the exclusive club of people who are literally terrified of Robert. All of us say our goodbyes and head our separate ways. Well done.
Welcome. You got dads.
Robert Daytime. Yes? Robert Small. When the internet gains sentience and decides to destroy us all, it'll use this information against us, right? He's a conspiracy theorist. On a Friday night, you are most likely to make a deal in an alleyway. Have it go badly? Who's the cop? Was it Giacomo? I trust Giacomo. I trusted Giacomo. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? Gun. Fair. What are your turn-ons? Don't talk to me. What did you want to be when you grew up? Grifter? What's your favorite movie genre? Italian neo-realism. What's your ideal date? Grave robbing. I'm sure Damien would love that, I say with sarcasm. What'd you never leave home without? At least 4 knives. I spend a lot of time thinking about, have you ever really looked into a rabid animal's eyes? No! The bunnies in my neighborhood, though, keep trying to get me to hit them. I have not hit a bunny yet. So great success on my part. Message. Hello, Robert. Call someone if you're thinking about them. They probably want to hear from you. The extended cut is the only cut worth watching. That is indeed true. Robert was pretty nice, a little odd, but nice, and raggedly handsome. We should hang out. I type a message to him on Dadbook. Hey, Robert. Good seeing you again at the cookout. Want to grab a drink? I sit there for a couple seconds, hoping he'll message me back. Oh my god! Why do I talk so fast? I don't know. Yeah. Water break. Also, my water bottle does this. And I don't know how to get it to stop because I don't know where I put the other lid for it. I don't have it. It's in my house. What was that? Oh. Move that to the side. Hey, it says that he read my message. I anxiously wait for a response. Watch cat videos on the internet. I start down a rabbit hole of cat videos and Robert quickly vanishes from my mind. You know what? Same. I didn't realize how long I'd been doing this, but by the time I watch maybe my 30th cat video, Robert pops back into my head. I jump back over to Dadbook to see if he's responded yet. Nothing. Well, I guess the guy's busy. I might as well make the best of my day. I get up, walk to the living room, then sit down and turn on the TV. History Channel. Ooh, Naked and Afraid, Catching the Deadliest Ancient Aliens is on. Ooh. Awesome. I'm so cold. I'm so scared. At this rate, I don't think we're gonna catch these aliens by day 50. So it's Naked and Afraid, plus they have to catch aliens. No, I don't... What? Why is this on the History Channel? I'm having trouble following this. Ancient astronaut theorists predict that being naked makes you 10 times more likely to find ancient aliens. Some suggest that aliens are fascinated with the human physique, most notably the butt. I don't think that's how that works. Okay, I'm back in. I lose several hours to whatever the hell that was. Sighing, I get up and walk around the house. My stomach grumbles. Time for lunch, huh? Well, I guess it's time for old Chef McFarland to cook a gourmet delicacy. I walk over to the refrigerator and open the door. Mustard jar. I'm gonna make a sandwich. I make a sandwich in its entirety while standing there. Who needs plates? The sandwich. The sandwich! A lost art. I admire my work for a second before I clumsily drop the entire thing on the floor. Tragic. I would cry. No! I look around and remember that Amanda's not home. This is still good. David! Don't eat it off the floor. 5-second rule, right? I mean, it's your own house. I reassemble my sandwich, peeling pickles off. Oh, okay. Peeling pickles off the floor and putting them back where they belong, in my mouth. Wait, I'm a wreck. You are a wreck. I finish my snack and walk around the house some more, bored. When's Amanda coming home? Go outside! Oh, I just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop that would hang off a door. It would really bring the living room together. I wonder where I put that. It would not bring your living room together. Go outside. It's a nice day out. I spend a couple of minutes poking around the new place until I find it. After installing it in one of the doors in the living room, I'm ready to dunk. Come on, and slam. I take a leap from the free throw line and rocket that sucker into the net. The crowd goes wild. And welcome to the jam. I pull up from the three-point line, breaking ankles and sinking a fadeaway. And I forgot the rest of the words to this song. No look behind the back hook shot. Everyone's on their feet. Something, something, Space Jam. Space Jam was a good movie. I managed to just barely defeat myself at horse before Amanda comes home. Then we cook dinner together. We're proud of ourselves for not even coming close to burning down the house. Afterward, Amanda and I dig into a carton of ice cream over an episode of Chopped Toddler Tournament. Hey, what you have in front of you is a molecularly deconstructed sweet potato with a brown sugar demi-glace with cream fraiche, of course. This is literally a jar of baby food. The toddler immediately bursts into tears. Are we bad people for watching this? Yes. Just then, my computer dings. It's been all day, Robert. Huh? What's that? Oh, you probably just got a message. Amanda and I walk over to the computer and check Dad Book. It's a message from Robert. You up? What does that mean? Robert, it has been all day. What you doing? What am I doing? You're just chilling. I'm just chilling. I type back, just chilling. Amanda deletes the G and hits send. Just chilling. It'll make you look cooler. A couple moments pass by. Another message pops up. Want to grab a drink? Hey, that means he wants to hang out. I asked this. I know what that means, Amanda. But it's kind of late. Come on, Pops, live a little. I am living, with ice cream and traumatized toddlers. Well, it's your life, but I think you'd have a lot of fun tonight. You're trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? Ugh, fine. I type back a message to Robert asking him for details, and he tells me to meet him at Jim and Kim's. Well, don't wait up for me. I never do. I throw on a nice jacket and run out the door. It's only a short walk to Jim and Kim's, and it's a beautiful night. I walk into the... I pointed out my energy, and my energy left. I walk into the bar and see the usual crowd of barflies drinking beer and watching sports. I spot Robert at the back of the bar and wave hi as I walk over. Hey man, how's it going? Hey buddy.
Hey.
Been buddied. Mary! Ahoy there, Skipper. Robert and Mary are here? Uh-oh. I brought Mary along. Figured we needed a drinking buddy. Aw, man, I was excited to get to know Robert a little better. Now I have to deal with this weird married lady making passes at me. David, you need a female friend. Your only female influence is Amanda, and she is your daughter. Make a friend.
Ugh.
Don't look so scared, kiddo. We're just having a drink. Yeah, speaking of which, I think it's time for the first round. What are you having? While admirable, I disagree. Robert orders 3 shots of whiskey and passes them between us. Well, this isn't how I expected my night to be going. Here's to bad decisions and relaxed moral values, fellas. What have I gotten myself into? We all knock back the shots. I almost choke on the whiskey as it burns down my throat. Holy hell, that was a kick. I look over at Robert and Mary, who seem like old pros at this. Robert grabs his jacket and throws it on. Let's get marching. What? The night's young, Chief. Come on, we're bar hopping. Great. Oh, all right. We leave the bar and start walking down the street. I still don't know this area of town very well, so I just follow Robert. So where are we headed? Irish, I were drinking. It's an Irish pub. A good pun is always the whiskey to my heart. Sorry, Mary. Puns are the lowest form of humor, David. Try harder. Ouch. Am I going to be the butt of jokes all night? Jesus, Mary, put your fangs away for a second. We walk into Irish, I was drinking. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's, except for the old-timey Irish memorabilia on the wall. Next round, what are you having? Whiskey hasn't failed me yet. Let's do it. Robert orders 3 more glasses of whiskey, and we post up in a garish green booth. Mary slides in and sidles up next to Robert, which makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Let's sip this one, why don't we? Suit yourself. Is she gonna down it? Mary immediately downs her shot in one gulp and burps loudly. Mary! Have some class. We're in a restaurant. That'll put hair on your chest. You are truly the paragon of grace and beauty. Mary grabs my drink and sips on it. Hey! David, be a dear and get us another round, will you? I don't know how to at all. I get up and order another round of drinks from the bartender. As I head back, I see Mary and Robert having a lively conversation. Robert roars with laughter. I don't think I've ever seen the guy smile, let alone laugh. I take a seat across from the both of them and pass out the drinks. So Edith's kids snuck some pot brownies onto the table at the last bake sale, right? And I spot the little hemp sweatshirted gremlin in the act. So I go up to Edith with the baggie, and I'm about to tell her when all of a sudden she just freaks out at me. You're ruining the bake sale, she said. I should have been PTA president. Your roots are bad. And blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So what'd you do? I told her to have a brownie and that everything was going to be fine. I don't know whether I should be proud of Mary or not for that. They both erupt in laughter. I politely follow along with the story. She ate 3. More laughter. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. She called the cops and told them that time had stopped. Mary looks directly at me. Do you smoke weed? What? You know, the devil's lettuce. Mary! I believe you're supposed to be a Christian. Why do you have blunts in your purse? My roommate's home. I have 2 big fat blunts in my purse right now. Want a blaze? I was not part of this conversation, and then suddenly I was part of this conversation. You with the feds? I worked hard for what I have, and no 2-bit corner boy is gonna drop the dime on me. So you take what you're pushing somewhere else, and I'll keep running my business the way I want it run. What? Remember, you come at the king, you best not miss. Jesus, kid, dial it back. Robert giggles helplessly. I'm just kidding, cowboy. Lay off the kid, Mary. He might not be used to your brand of humor. Fine, fine. We sit around and sip our drinks, people watching and cracking jokes. After a little bit of time, I begin to warm up to Mary. Nice. Her jokes become much funnier and much less scary. But it seems like she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I just wanted some alone time with Robert. I wonder if I can get her to leave somehow. Could you get... I mean, it's only fair. Robert's gotten one. I've gotten one. Mary can get one. You trying to ditch me, pal? No. Because if you're trying to ditch me, you can just tell me to scram. No, it's fine. David wants alone time with his new best buddy, Robert. Read you loud and clear. The wingman breaks formation to pursue their prey. Now, if you fellas will excuse me, Mary needs to sink her teeth into a helpless boy. Go with God. Nice seeing you.
Come on.
Deuces, nerds. Mary gets up and saunters over to a younger-looking guy at the bar. She grows on you. Does she, though? I feel like she kind of delights in making men suffer. Well, she does. But what about her and Joseph? What about them? You know, they're married? And she definitely tried to get in my pants the other night. And I gestured to her across the bar where she's making goo-goo eyes at the young guy from before. He looks like he's being held hostage. Oh, that's just a thing she does. She's harmless. Tell that to the boy she's hanging off of. Poor kid looks like he's seen war. Robert lets out a hearty laugh. Hey, I got him to laugh. Aw, man, you know I pegged you for one of those straight-laced types. Oh, don't worry. I got pretty wild back in my day. Still got a little wild in you? You know it. Robert orders a couple more rounds of shots. I gulp. What am I getting myself into? Think you can go shot for shot? There's only one way to look cool here. I grab the shot closest to me and down it. This is not going to end well for our David. I can see it now. Robert looks impressed. He takes his shot and knocks it back. That's one. So, what do I even talk about? He's so cool and probably hates small talk. How are things? I hate small talk. Okay. Too many people, and this isn't necessarily you, but too many people think they have to fill the dead air with noise. Personally, I think they're afraid of silence. Or they're afraid what the other person is going to think of the silence. If you want some unsolicited advice, just learn to be comfortable with silence. Nothing wrong with two people sitting in silence and drinking whiskey. Oh, all right. Robert and I sit in silence and drink whiskey. I take in the rest of the bar. Patrons laughing, playing darts, spilling beer. Mary giving that hard sell to that young man. The young man pretending he got a phone call from one of his friends. Maybe silence is nice sometimes. So, you ever kill a man? Robert, I guess it's not small talk. I choke on my drink. Excuse me? You know, watch the life drain from someone's eyes. It's not just their life, you know. It's their hopes and dreams draining away. Every memory and experience they've ever had. Gone. No. No. Great. Me neither. Robert! I don't know what to think of this man. Why is he like this? Robert. Robert knocks back his shot and motions for me to do the same. I reciprocate. I'm just messing with you. Relax. You do that a lot, and I don't know if I believe you or not. I laugh nervously. Or am I? I laugh nervously. Again. We sip more whiskey and people watch some more. Mary has her sights set on another man after the other one has excused himself to the bathroom, and I assume crawled out the window. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. You betcha. Robert gets out of the booth, shouldering his jacket. Let's roll. Sorry, whiskey. Inside voices. Let's roll. Wait, what about Mary? Brother, Mary is going to be just fine. I look over at Mary, who's laying on the bar in front of some poor sap. She's singing happy birthday to him while he insists that it's not his birthday. Okay, Mary. We make our way out of the bar and back onto the street. I'm just trying my hardest not to stumble, but man, that sidewalk is just coming up right at me. I hope Robert doesn't notice me tripping over my own feet like this is the first time I've ever been drunk. Where to? You'll see. The convenience store. I follow Robert through street lamp spotlights until we eventually arrive at a rundown strip mall. Not the convenience store. There's a beauty salon, a sex shop, a computer repair store that looks like it's been closed for 10 years, and finally, a liquor store. Wait here, I'll be right back. After a minute, Robert returns with 2 wine bottles in brown paper bags. He hands one to me. Are we drinking wine straight out of the bottle? Amanda, what have you gotten me into? Cheers. He sits on the curb and drinks. He motions for me to do the same. This is not where I expected the night to go. I take a sip. White Zinfandel? What? Nothing. I just wasn't expecting. It is delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge me. I start to say something. Think of his lectures about valuing silence earlier and stop. I sip my wine and watch cars drive by. Let's throw rocks at shit. What? Robert suddenly hurls a rock at a stop sign. The ding echoes throughout the empty parking lot. That felt good. He presses a stone into my free hand. Now you try. I don't know. With feeling. I look at the rock in my hand and look at the stop sign. Back at the rock. Back at the stop sign. I know what needs to be done. This one's for you, Peppy. I have unresolved resentment toward my father, and I'm going to express it through property damage. I hurl the rock at the stop sign. It sails over the stop sign, right into the window of a parked car, leaving a crack. David. This is my worst fear. Oh. Speaking of damaged vehicles, some idiot in my parking garage put a ding in my car door. To the point, like, it's not even a ding. They put a hole in my car. There is a hole in my car. And it's rusting because it broke through, like, all the way through the door. The outer layer of the door. Oh, and I'm so angry. And this reminded me of it. Oh. At least it's just on the door. But it's on the area of the door where it's right along the seam of my car. Ah! That makes me mad. What is my percentage at now? 79. I'll leave it. I'll unplug it. Dude, run. I leap up and dart into the nearest alley. Wine in hand, I can hear Robert's footsteps behind me. After I'm sure I'm far enough away from the cracked window that I'm no longer culpable for this heinous crime, I stop to catch my breath. Maybe we strike rock throwing from the to-do list? Agreed. Suddenly, my stomach growls. Oh man, I am starving. David, you've drank all of this and had nothing to eat. Rule number 1, if you're gonna drink, eat. Also be bulky. But that's not really a rule. That's just probably smart. But not everyone can help that. But if you're gonna drink, eat, because you can control that. Let's get pizza. Ooh. I can't argue with that. Where's good around here? Actually, I don't even care if it's good. It just needs to be edible and in my mouth in the next 5 minutes. I know just the place. I follow Robert through a maze of alleys and side streets until we eventually end up in front of a tiny, hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. The bright red neon sign reads, Piece of pizza. Ugh, that's a mouthful. Ooh. Looks good. Pizza sounds good. Ta-da! I can see a few exhausted-looking workers behind the counter tossing dough and pulling piping hot pizzas right out of stone ovens. My stomach rumbles again. We go up to the counter and get ready to order. Can I get 2 slices of Hawaiian pizza? Oh wait, David, you're cool with pineapple on your pizza, right? Of course. It's not bad. I like pineapple on pizza. Call me controversial. It's good. I'm tired of pretending like it isn't. We wait a minute for our pizza to come out of the oven. I'm practically drooling at the smell. The cashier hands us each a giant slice on a paper plate so saturated with grease that I'm worried it will fall apart. We take our pizzas outside and wander through the alleyways as we eat. I take a bite. It's absolutely delicious. Pineapple is truly the best pizza topping. You said it. I hard disagree that it's the best pizza topping. My go-to pizza is onions and Italian sausage. Pineapple's up there. Man, I feel way better now. You and me both. We hear noise coming out of a slightly ajar door in the alleyway. Robert looks at me excitedly. Got any more of that wild in ya? You betcha. What was that bang? Just coincided with Robert's emoji fest, but there was a bang inside my house. It's probably our dishwasher, because our dishwasher has no resistance. Good on ya. Robert and I slide the door open and peek inside. It's completely dark except for some flickering lights. We slowly creep forward, cautious not to be heard or seen. Shh. Don't shush me so loud. Shh. We come to the end of the hallway and find ourselves standing in front of a movie screen. Oh, this suddenly makes sense. Did we really just sneak into a movie theater like a couple of teenagers? No talking during the movie. We look into the audience and are surprised to find that it's almost completely empty, save a row of teenagers in the front. They look annoyed when they notice us. Robert starts making his way to the very back of the theater, and I follow him. We settle in with our wines and try to make sense of the movie. It's a romantic comedy, I think. A young man is frantically trying to get through New York to find the woman that he's finally realized he's in love with. I hate that kind of romance. There are very few romances I'll tolerate. I'm expanding my repertoire. I'm currently watching Apothecary Diaries. And I'm reading Dun Dun Dun. But neither of them have hit the romance. Apothecary Diaries is heading that way. But Dun 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 I just started. So it'll take me a bit. But I'm slowly trying to get out into the world. But I am not a fan of romance because I feel like there are so many tropes that I don't agree with in romance. Everything. I especially find Western romance movies dreadful. Because you ask anybody, oh, what romance movies should I start with? 9 times out of 10, the list they give you include shit like The Notebook. I'm not watching The Notebook. Ugh. Kiss already. Robert, there's nobody to kiss yet. You want him to kiss the taxi driver? Hell yeah. Way to go, Robert. The kids down the way notice us heckling. One of them speaks up. Hey man, keep it Ernest. Keep it down. Oh, damn, that's Ernest Hemingway, Hugo's kid. Ernest, hey Ernest, I know you. It's me, your neighbor. Hi. Ernest turns back around, embarrassed. I turn back to Robert. He kissed anyone yet? Turns out that yes, he did kiss someone. He made his way out to a tiny island near New York to profess his love for a woman who for some reason knew he would be there. She tells him that they hit the jackpot. He said that they had, but I think there's some subtext I'm missing here. Boo, love is dead. Shut up, it's beautiful. Why did this man... I think I judged this child too harshly. No, you shut up. Ernest grumbles. The credits start to roll. I stand up. Robert immediately pulls me back down. Hundreds of people worked very hard to make this film happen, and you're going to sit here and appreciate them. Okay. Look at that. Elizabeth Shelton. She worked really hard. I bet she did lots of good wardrobe design. Thank you, Elizabeth Shelton, for this beautiful film-going experience. And Peter Anders, catering, fed a bunch of people so they could have the energy to do their jobs. What a guy. We let the credits roll while Robert individually thanks every member of the crew. Once it's finally over, and he makes sure no animals were harmed in the making of the film, we leave the movie theater. We stumble into the theater parking lot, polishing off the rest of our wine. Hey, assholes. Out of nowhere, a rock flies through the air and hits me on the knee. My knee! What the hell? Ernest and his friends stand in the alleyway, blocking our exit. Oh, what do you guys want? Why'd you go and throw a rock at my knee? This is my good knee. My orthopedist is gonna be pissed. Ernest tosses another rock up and down his hands. What's wrong with this kid? You ruined my theater-going experience. Now you have to pay. Oh, well, I don't have any cash on me right now, and, movies got really expensive. Ernest hucks another rock at my other knee. I'm able to jump out of the way, but I didn't properly stretch before physical activity, and I'm probably going to feel super sore in the morning. We ruined it for you. That movie was pretty crappy in the first place. Hey, you take that back. That was a beautiful love story with really genuine acting. I don't believe you. You call that good acting? What classicist mainstream slop have you been served your entire life? What?
Really?
Have you ever seen even seen any movie with Michael Powell? A Matter of Life and Death, 1946. Easily the toughest 5 minutes of love you'll ever witness. Listen, man. No, you listen. That popcorn-ass drivel that the mass media is shoving down your throat will only make you dumber and sadder. You of all people should strive for a higher standard in the art you consume. Your name is Ernest Hemingway, for Christ's sake. Oh, now you've done it. Ernest's friend. Oh no, now you've done it. Ernest rushes Robert, screaming like a banshee. Ah! I dive between Ernest and Robert, trying to stop the kid. He lunges forward, kicking me as hard as he can in the knee. Fuck my knee.
What?
Oh. Yikes. Robert gets in between Ernest and myself, as if he's saying red. Fuck, my fucking knee hurts. Can I move this closer so I can lean back? I think. No. There we go.
Excuse me.
All right, buddy. Talk like a punk, get hit like a punk. Don't hit the child, Robert. Robert squares up in a boxer stance. Queensbury rules, 3-minute rounds with 1-minute rests in between. No low blows, fish hooks, J grabs, or high blows. What? And don't even think about pulling an illegal turnstile. That's an automatic deduction of 3 points. Ernest doesn't understand. Robert looks so mad. Ernest is... Ernest.
Excuse me.
You'll have to designate a second if you're unable to fulfill your role as a main duelist. One of your friends over there looks like he has enough youthful vivacity to handle it. Hey man, I don't want to get dragged into this. That movie sucked. It's too late. You two are bloodbound. If he dies, you die. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Talk to Queensbury. We're just gonna go. Ernest and his friends warily back away. Robert calls after them. The Queensbury Association will hear about this. I can't tell if he's joking. I know he's angry, because I'm mad when people hurt my friends. But, like, and consume better content. Once the teens are safely out of earshot, Robert turns to me. Are you about to actually fight that kid? Are you kidding me? I would never hit a child. That would be despicable. Great. You throw rules at him, though. They always bolt. Nobody wants a Queensbury-sanctioned throwdown. But full disclosure, I made up half of that. I made half of that up. Wow. See, you don't even have to know the rules. You just make them up. Come on, let's get out of here. Robert and I cooled down a bit as we walked back to the neighborhood. I'm so sorry. I get really into the art of filmmaking when I drink. It's okay. I think it's cool how much you like movies. To be honest, I don't know a lot about them myself. Buddy, I got so much to show you. You ever see any Sam Fuller? I haven't. Fuller is cash. Thanks for adventure. Adventure is all I got, buddy. Robert throws an arm around my shoulder and we drunkenly bounce out tunes all the way back. We're finally at his doorstep. This was an interesting night. I liked it. A smile forms on his cheeks. A rare sight. Let's hang out again soon, yeah? Yeah. I linger there for a second, swaying drunkenly in the night. Robert claps me on the shoulder. Night, bud. Robert heads back inside and I stumble my way back home. The solo kid from... I didn't see that. Hey! What's our date score? Very high. Nice.
Where'd my pants go?
Are these lines from the Game Grumps? Because that was the Game Grumps. That was one of the Game Grumps. I don't know the Game Grumps so well enough to actually pin which one it was, but I know that was the Game Grumps. Knife Dad.
You've got dads.
Oh god, we have Brian and I. Oh, Craig. Hello, Craig. Should we do Craig or should we wait? Let's do Craig. Hey, buddy, I have a favor to ask. Robert invited me over for dinner. And I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known that guy for years and I still can't get a good read on him. And I know it's going to be super awkward if I go by myself. Will you please come with me? I love food. I especially love food that's free. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. I really hope that's a sweat of relief. Eat that dinner. That doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food. But why is it that Craig's being so apprehensive? Can my mic stay put, please? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. Craig and I decide to meet up before heading over to Robert's place. Craig's waiting on the porch, a bottle of white wine in hand. David, boy, am I glad to see you. Likewise, man. Classy of you to bring wine. Oh, it's not wine. It's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good. Wow. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he was telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him. Thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma. We start walking over to Robert's house. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly or iron his shirts. I feel like you learn to cook after you learn those first two. Incorrect. I do not know how to iron a shirt. I do know how to cook. Give me a second to stretch. Let's all do a stretching break, shall we? If I fall over, this is gonna be funny. One time, I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can. Ew. Ew. That's disgusting. I mean, it was at the very top of the trash can, like sitting above it, but still. If he were on trial, I think the jury would definitely define that as in the trash. If your food is anywhere near the trash can, ew. If you set your food down on a trash can, throw it all away. Unless, of course, you need to eat it. Then eat it. But, like, I personally would think it's contaminated. Because I don't like germs. And I'm picky. So I would also eat a hot dog. Incorrect. I wouldn't eat some hot dogs. There are some hot dogs I will eat. Like barbecue sauce. I won't eat most barbecue sauces. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. David! Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. True. Maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back. We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell. The doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. Since when does Robert have a dog? I don't know. That's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. 1 second. This is uncharted territory, David. What if he's the one making the barking noises and there is no dog? Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me. David, didn't know you'd be tagging along. Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. I can leave if there's not... Nope, it's fine. Come on in. Succulents. I like his house. Messy, but pretty cool. He's got bugs and records and succulents. We enter Robert's living room, which is surprisingly really nice. Super messy, but still nice. Make yourselves at home. We can still hear the barking from the other room. I didn't know you have a dog, Robert. Oh yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll come down in a bit. What kind of dog is she? Pitbull. Rescued her. He's a pitbull, babies. Rescued her from a dog fighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I would probably have to take you both to the ER. Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. Oh. Okay. Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. Hope you guys like osso bucco. Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig leans in and whispers, was that dog fighting thing real or was he kidding? I don't know.
Nice.
What's osobuku? I don't know. Did he make up that word? Until I have osobuco right in front of me, we can only assume so. We sit in silence for a second, taking in Robert's living room. Are we about to get sawed?
Nice.
Give me a second, guys. Someone is yelling, and I can't tell if they're out in the hallway or if it's my roommate. So who knows? Nah, you usually wake up in those situations. We voluntarily walked into this one. Robert finally walks back into the room, carrying 3 paper plates of steaming food like a waiter. I don't have a dining table. Don't trust them. So we're eating here. I also don't have a dining table. Not because I don't trust them, but because I don't have enough space in my apartment. And I had to point that out to my mom when we were looking. She was like, oh, but you won't have space for a dining table. I'm like, Mom, I'm in college. Why would I need a dining table? I have a desk. There's the couch. There's also a bar that neither of us sit at. Why would I need a dining table? My apartment is not big enough to host people, Mom. I love you. I do. But I have your fancy ass house for that. With its fancy ass sunken bar and 3 different dining areas. Like, Jesus, Mom. I also don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert sets the plates in front of us on the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat, maybe. Lots of sauce. I can make out some vegetables. I think that might be rice, but it could also be pasta. I guess there's only one way to find out. I take a bite. Oh my god. I take another bite. The medley of flavors in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender, and the risotto, I think that's what it is so creamy. Robert, this is really incredible. You cooked this? I fished it out of the dumpster behind a restaurant. Or at least I think it was a restaurant. Can you believe people just throw away stuff like this? I almost gag. I'm kidding. I look over at Craig, who looks wary but still has his mouth full of food. He gives Robert a thumbs up. Glad you like it. Where did you learn how to cook like this? Worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot sec. Is he messing with us? I decided to play along. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe, crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke. Worked a couple of odd jobs whenever I could script together some cash. This I can see Robert telling the truth about. He feels like my friend's playing Marvel Rivals right now. He feels like the kind of guy that would go backpacking through Europe in his youth. Maybe that's where his kid is, in Europe. One night, I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside Madrid. I gotta pay and realize I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen. Long story short, they ended up liking me so much they offered me a job. Why not, right? Started living with some distant relatives on my mom's side. That feels not true. But also could be true. He's a very tan man. So it's entirely possible he is of Mediterranean descent. Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way up from busboy to sous chef. That's a lie. Don't you need qualifications to be a sous chef? What is a sous chef? Is that the assistant chef? A sous chef is a professional chef who works under the head chef in a kitchen and is second in command. Okay, so it is like the assistant chef. The term sous chef is French for under chef. Sous chefs usually have a culinary education or have worked their way up through the ranks of kitchens. They have knowledge of flavors and textures and have mastered various cooking techniques and methods. Okay, that could be true. Craig and I wait for the punchline. What night watchman did he swindle to get back to the States? Who did he con in a game of poker in the back room of a speakeasy for safe passage in the crew quarters of a cargo ship? Anyway, I still love to cook. Okay, so he was telling the truth. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food's so good, I kind of don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here. Especially not served on paper plates. I don't care about presentation. If the food's good, it should speak for itself. My man. This osobuco is screaming for itself. And the paper plates are just as good as regular plates, if you double them up. Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Help yourself, but save room for dessert. I made lemon berry savarin. I know what that is. Well, aren't you just full of... Craig looks over at me. Surprises. Robert winks. You bet I am. You can come over for dinner anytime. Craig. I'm gonna go get seconds. Me too. After consuming way more osobuco than my body could handle, and then really ensuring a later food coma with a generous serving of whatever savarin was, Craig and I decided to head out. Thanks for coming. I'm making an attempt to be more social. Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company, especially if there's osobuco involved.
Welcome. You've got
So
dads.
Brian's next, and then a second round of dates for the dads, and then we have to pick, because I googled this. How many dates could you go on before you had to decide? And it's 14. There are 7 bachelors. So the third date is the end of the game, but after the thing, it apparently reloads you here, or you can reload the game back to the dad book and go on another date to finish it off. So we'll decide. I'm liking Robert. He's cool. I'm liking Damien. I kind of like all of them. Not Joseph. Joseph gives me weird vibes, and he's married. So that's also a problem. Joseph's just creepy looking, I think. They all have characteristics, and then Joseph is just... I don't like the feelings Joseph gives me. Yikes. So maybe we do all of them as their own separate, like, mini episodes. I'll do the entire game on stream, and maybe I'll post the ones we don't do on YouTube as like little bits. Okay, Brian, your daughter's the only redeeming quality of you at the moment. Hey, I'm Brian. I spend most of my days hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking up new ways to reel things. If you like fishing, then we'll get along. On a Friday night, you are most likely to see just how slowly I can cook a piece of brisket. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? My fishing pole. Okay. What are your turn-ons? A keen understanding of steak cuts. What did you want to be when you grew up? Fireman. What does he do? Because if I go back, they all kind of have their jobs. I don't know what Robert does. He gives me mechanic vibes, but you never know. I don't know what his job is, though. What's your favorite movie genre? Romantic comedies. What's your ideal date? Deck building. What would you never leave home without? My portable fishing pole. I spend a lot of time thinking about how my daughter is smarter than I am. Brian Harding. If I had a nickel for every time a ginger had the last name Harding, I'd have 2 nickels. Which sounds a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? The other one is Lace Harding from Dragon Age, who ironically is also romanceable. So it's romanceable gingers with the last name Harding. Romanceable freckled gingers with the last name Harding. With one other relative who is directly related to him. Because it's Brian's daughter, Daisy, and Lace's mom. Man, I don't know how I feel about hanging out with Brian more, but it seems like Daisy and Amanda got along really well. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and hang out with Brian more for the kids' sake, for the sake of the kids. I crack my knuckles and start typing. Hey Brian, great grabbing burgers with you at the cookout yesterday. we should get the kids together and hang out soon. This cookout was not yesterday at this time. I wait a couple minutes until a ding comes from my computer and a message pops up on the screen. It's Brian. Let's see what he has to say. Hey, man. Always love a good burg with a buddy. We should definitely hang out. What do you think about mini golf? We could bring the girls out and have ourselves a little friendly competition. Rock on, Brian. He signed his name. That's cute. Friendly competition? This is perfect. I know Amanda and I will crush Brian in mini golf. I've been taking her to mini golf courses since she was a little kid, and I'm proud to say she's almost better at it than I am. Almost. I type back. That sounds great, man. Name the time and place, and we'll be there. Hey, Amanda. Hey, would you be up for some mini golf with Brian and Daisy? I'm a little out of practice, and I know my backswing leaves something to be desired, but I think I could keep it in the negatives. Perfect. Come on, kiddo. Let's do this. Mini golf with my girl. You ready for this? Arr, matey, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Why are you talking like that? Because this mini golf course is pirate themed? I just now realized that we are indeed standing at the top of a giant pirate ship in the middle of a putt-putt course. Oh. Yes. Come on, pirate dad. Won't you talk like a pirate with me? Ahoy, scurvy? Avasti. I'll make Brian and Daisy walk the plank with my superior golfing abilities. Doubloon? Come on, Dad. You told me that was just going to be some friendly competition. Friendly competition is dad code for actual competition. I need to prepare my body, mind, and soul to defeat Brian on the field of glorious battle. It's just mini golf. Just mini golf? It is so much more than that. I kneel down and place a hand on Amanda's shoulder. I just want you to know that there's no pressure. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it too much. But we have to beat Brian at mini golf. Whatever happened to just having fun? Oh, we will have fun. When we beat them. Amanda gives me a side-eye, but before I can side-eye her back, I spot Brian. I love Daisy. I love the kids. Most of the kids. For some ungodly reason, Ernest and Lucian make me a tad bit angry. And jokes are creepy. And kind of rude. Ahoy! Look at her, she's so cute. Brian with Daisy in tow. Looks like they already rented us some golf clubs for our mini golf excursion. Totally. Why didn't I think of that? Alright, first mate, I hear there's buried treasure in these waters. You can help me plunder. Oh! Amanda, I don't think this is a real pirate ship. I think it's just to play. Amanda gives Daisy a look. Aye aye, Captain. Daisy winks at Amanda. Ah, look at these two. They're two peas in a pod. So, to get some mini golf in. What happened to my sound? Oh, it's like, what happened to my sound? The music's gone. My headphones got unplugged. Oh, you know it. You a gambling man? No. Depends on what's on the table. What are you willing to part with? How about the loser buys drinks tonight? Alright, but how about we make it a bit more interesting? I'm listening. The loser has to mow the winner's lawn this weekend. Well, my yard's pretty big. Are you prepared to take that on? I think you should be a little more concerned with how you're going to be able to maneuver around my hedges. It's highly technical work. Not for the faint of heart. I don't think I'll need to worry about that. I'm very good at mini golf, you know. Oh yeah? Hole in one, every time. What I just said is not a true thing, but it already came out of my mouth, so I have to stand by it. I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. Brian and I eye each other up and down. May the best dad win. Brian and I shake hands and lock eyes. It's about to go down. Oh God. Is this timed? I am glorious. Okay. Oh, for God's sake. Oh God, no. Well, almost. I am decently good at this. No. I'm so glorious. Nice. Nice. I need to hit it on that thing. Nice. Nice. I've only missed one. I've missed two. Damn. I was so impressive putting. I've only missed two. I got an achievement. It's yo ho ho. What's that one? I didn't see that one. Do I know what that is? I know the dates ones. I would like my achievement, please. I have God knows how many achievements. What did I get? Yo ho ho. Earn 18 hole-in-ones at pirate mini golf. I have 7. I'm not gonna get that achievement. Damn. Next time. Amanda pulls me aside. Well, hey, you having a good time? I'm having a great time. I'm having a fantastic time destroying Brian underfoot. I just asked because your eye is twitching. No, it's not. I feel my left eye twitch. Amanda raises her eyebrows. We're out here to have fun, remember? It's just a game. You're right, it's just a game. A game with extremely high stakes. A game we're currently winning. Dad. Please, Amanda. Please nail this next hole for me. We need to keep this streak going. What streak? I failed twice. If it's really that important to you, sure. Amanda walks over and tees up for a particularly hard windmill hole. Gripping her club, she winds up and launches the ball into the parking lot. She looks me right in the eye and does an exaggerated shrug. Oops. I disagree with her actions, but I appreciate her act of youthful defiance. She walks over and pats me on the back. That was for your own good. Love you, kiddo. I'm gonna do it. Oh, for God's sake. Amanda, you screwed me up. I needed to hit that one. Where's the hole? Oh. Amanda, you screwed me up. Nice. Can I just go straight instead? There we go. Nice. Into the grind. What are you talking about? Damn, I hit it to... What? Please. God. Right? Nope. Some of these holes piss me off. Oh, God. This drives me crazy. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it's a tilted course? I did terrible that time. Hey, no I didn't. I got 9 hole-in-ones. Ugh. I maintain the air of professionalism because there are children present, but confetti cannons are going off in my brain and somebody's placing a wreath around Enter Me with the world's best dad emblazoned on it. Man, that was some good shooting there, David. I guess I won. Minigolf is no joke. The secret to minigolf is that you have to be really, really good at it. Yeah. Alright, Daisy, did you have a good time? Yo ho ho, I did. We haven't even found the buried treasure yet. I think we would need to apply for a permit to dig around here. I can take Daisy home so we can get the city paperwork started for digging. You two and go enjoy your night. Sounds like a plan. David, you cool with that? Sure. Just don't get yourselves into too much trouble. Can do. I'll make sure we get into a perfectly reasonable amount of trouble. Amanda and Daisy skip away, yelling about buried treasure. Bless that kid's tiny, rebellious heart. Well, I guess we should hit the bar now. There's actually a tiki bar attached to this place. How about it? That sounds like a plan. I'm wearing a floral shirt, so it fits. Brian and I walk into Freaky Tiki, a kitschy island-themed bar. Palm trees adorn the walls and several fake parrots are strewn about. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Brian and I approach the bamboo bar. I guess I'm spending more time with Brian, which is a little more bearable since I won. Okay, I just gotta get my victory drink and get out of here. I think I've already proved my superior dadness for the day. 2 pineapples of hospitality, please. The bartender whips us up 2 rum drinks inside of hollowed out pineapples. He sets them on fire, and we have to blow them out before we can drink them. Usually I just like to, drink my drinks. If you don't want yours, I'll take it. And miss out on the taste of victory? I don't think so. I sip my pineapple of hospitality. Victory tastes fruity. Let's talk about lawn maintenance. I'm very particular. No electric mowers for me. I hand cut everything with scissors. I only water the lawn with bottled sparkling water. I just ran out, so you're going to have to import some. Italian is preferred, but I'll settle for Icelandic if that's all you have. It's sweet that you're willing to put up all that work into taking care of your dead grass. What? My grass is perfectly healthy? It's okay, buddy. I know just the trick to perk it back up. I'll work my magic when I finish trimming your grass with the tiniest pair of scissors I own. Man, even when he's trying to be helpful, I feel personally attacked. While I sip more of my drink, I notice a TV in the corner. Hey, Extreme Makeover Deck Edition is on. I love this show. It always made me want to own a deck. Ugh, I hate this show. Why? It's so clearly fake. Well, yeah, it's reality TV. Who cares? I care. There we go. His job. He's a general contractor. I work with decks all the time. There's no way they're renovating those decks in a matter of 2 days. It's impossible. It's a 3-week job minimum. So you want them to cover those 3 weeks extensively in every episode? Can't be that interesting to watch a bunch of dudes slave over a deck for that long. Nobody would watch it. I don't like any of those home improvement shows. I want to watch stuff that's real. Like Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers. I have terrible news for you, David. No, no, not them too. That's the awful truth. Not the ghosts, though. Those are real. Trucks just don't have emergency escape buttons. I've been lied to for so long. We both chuckle and sip on our pineapples. So wait, you're a general contractor? Sure am. I actually helped plan the cul-de-sac we lived in. My mom helped build the neighborhood my dad lived in directly after their divorce. I always thought it was funny, and my mom made a point of pride when my dad moved in to be like, I planned this, and I never told my dad. I think he might have known, because they were married at the time that it was built. But I never said anything. So for all I know, my dad still doesn't know. Wow, nice work. Yeah, kind of took after the footsteps of my old man. I doubt Daisy's going to be a general contractor, but you never know. Was he a general contractor too? The best. He practically built half of this town with his bare hands. It's weird how you spend your whole life trying not to become your father, but then you wake up one day, and there you are. But I get to work with my hands, and it pays more than enough to take care of my daughter. So it's an absolute dream job. For me, at least. Well, that's impressive. Building stuff has always been my weak point as a dad, and I've been okay with that. Until now. Now I must defeat him. I do have that patio furniture that I still haven't put together, still sitting in the garage. Okay, maybe I should cool it with the dad competition. Gotta keep it light. So, Daisy seems pretty smart for her age. Yeah, she's a genius. She definitely doesn't get it from her old man, though. It's actually a little embarrassing. She beats me at Scrabble constantly. To be fair, Scrabble is really hard. I can barely make good words when I have the whole alphabet in front of me, let alone 7 letters. Brian laughs. See, we can keep things friendly here. This is perfectly pleasant. I could do this all night. Because I feel an innate need to impress Brian and prove that I'm better than him. Obviously. That's the only reason, I think. Let's keep it moving. So, you have a dog? Sure do. I can't quite remember what he looks like. Oh, he's a little corgi. Always has the handkerchief around his neck. Yeah, I'm not getting it. I think I might need a visual reminder to jog my memory. If you happen to have any pictures of said dog, maybe on your phone. Brian laughs. David, if you wanted to see pictures of Maxwell, you could have just asked. Show me the goods then. Yes. Brian pulls out his phone and flips through an entire album of dog pictures. My God, he's just like me. I have an entire album dedicated to my cats. Where are my cats? The first one I pull up is one of my cats. Where's my dog? Where my cats? I want my cats. Animals. Yes. When did I pick up a lizard? Oh God, I have so many photos I don't know what to do with. I opened Snapchat for the first time in like 5 years. Some of the things I said are so cringe. I need to delete them from existence. Yeah, that's the stuff. What a good boy. I look around the room and take in all the kitschy decor, looking for something else to comment on. There's a gigantic fish hanging above Brian and I. I gesture to it. Cool fish. It's definitely fake. What, really? Everything in here is fake. That palm tree over there is just a ficus with plastic coconuts glued to it. I look over. He's right. But I almost caught something like that fish once. Mine was bigger, though. Of course it was. Oh, really? Yep, I went on a trip to Hawaii maybe a decade ago. We were out on the sea for 3 days, catching fish, drinking beer, guy stuff. We had a hot plate on board so we could sear the fish right after we caught it. Throw a little bit of salt and lemon on there. Man, that was some of the best food I ever had. That actually sounds amazing. Well, it was the last day. Everyone had gone to bed already, but I was out there watching the stars. Had my line out too. Then all of a sudden it just starts running. And I jump on the reel before it gets ripped out of the rod rack and start fighting with the damn thing. I'm out there for maybe an hour. Can't call out to my shipmates. It's just man against nature. Finally, I'm starting to tucker the guy out. I get him up to the surface and finally get a sight of it. The biggest marlin I've ever seen. Hemingway-esque. I get it onto the boat single-handedly. And you know what happens next? What happens next? The damn thing smacks me in the face with its tail. Knocks me out. I wake up the next morning on deck. The fish gone. Never felt dumber. So it got away. I think there's another version of me that would have spent the rest of my life trying to catch that fish. Captain Ahab style. Did that end well for Captain Ahab? He's Moby Dick, right? Didn't he die at the end? Fairly sure Captain Ahab dies. Captain Ahab. I don't know. I haven't read Moby Dick in a while. Maybe I should. I'll see if Barnes & Noble has it when I go back to get it. So I have to pick up another book. Unrelated to the fun time that I'm having. There's Creepy Doll. There's Creepy Doll. To the fun time that I enjoy reading. Because it's a prep book for a friend. Ugh. But then I'm gonna go and look at all the books. Ah man, fishing's the life. Haven't gone enough lately. You go fishing? Actually, I have a confession to make. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I having this inexplicable urge to be vulnerable with him? I can't tell him that I'm terrible at fishing. I lean in close. I'm amazing at fishing. I'm simply the best out there. David, don't lie to him. Okay, since you're such a pro, I'm taking you fishing. Do you want to go fishing? Wait, don't answer that. Yes, you do. We're going fishing. Oh, no. Oh, I don't know. Come on, it'll be a blast. I know the perfect little fishing spot. I'll bring some beers, we can just sit back, relax, and reel in some trout. We'll bring the kids with us. Come on, you know you want to. I sigh. I've been cornered. Yeah, okay. Brian gives me an exuberant high five. Yes, maybe we'll see who can catch the most fish. So I can get you mowing my lawn. You can try to beat me, but they don't call me David good at catching fish McFarland for nothing. They don't call you that. I'm spinning a web of lies I fear will one day consume me. Sounds like it'll be a scrape. Brian and I finish our drinks and head outside. Till next time. And also for catching more fish than Brian. You're krilling me with these puns, David. See? Brian is inherently superior to Mary because he likes my dad puns. Mull it over. You'll have to come around to the fish-related dad joke. You'll come around to the fish-related dad jokes in no time. Brian extends his hand and gives me a friendly but firm handshake. I see that competitive fire in his eyes. This is going to be a whole thing, isn't it? I can't marry him because my entire life cannot be competitions. I like his daughter, though. Once Brian takes over babysitting duties, Amanda walks home with me. She immediately plops down on the couch and flips on the TV. So, how was your hang with Brian? He wasn't too spicy about his crushing defeat, was he? Nah, he was pretty gracious about it. Like, frustratingly gracious. Yeah, how dare that guy have some decency? Come on, Dad. He seems like a neat dude. I think so. I don't know. The guy loves a good competition. But then again, apparently, so do I. What did you and Daisy end up doing? Oh, we hunted for treasure for a bit. But Daisy was really adamant about not digging without a permit, so we just watched some documentary about theoretical physics. I put her to bed, then sat around eating Brian's food. Don't tell him I said that. That's standard babysitting protocol, I believe. It is. As a babysitter, it is. I'm joking, by the way. If you don't know them very well, like I'm talking really well, don't eat their food. I really liked hanging out with Daisy. She's super mature for her age. Yeah, Brian says she has a hard time relating to other kids. She kind of reminds me of you at her age. Although she doesn't bite people as much as you did. I can't believe I'm finally the cool older kid. Feels good. You gonna hang out with Brian again? That's the thing. He wants to go fishing with me. Oh. I told him I was an amazing fisherman. You hate fishing. I know. I'm kind of panicking. I'm sure it'll be fine. All you have to do is wake up at the crack of dawn and sit silently on a boat on a lake for hours on end, with no promise of tangible reward. Your only companion being fear and doubt you harbor deep within your heart. Fishing's fun. You'll remind yourself as the world darkens around you and you wonder if it's really you staring back at yourself in the lake's reflection, or simply just the abyss. Yeah, laugh it up, Amanda. You're coming with us. It's my constitutional right to outright refuse this order. Daisy's coming too. Well, I bet I could convince Brian to bring his dog. Fine, sold, I'm in. Amanda's got priorities. Alright, I'm pushed. Gonna call it a night. Don't stay up too late, okay? You got it, Pops. Day complete. What did I get? An S tier. Nice!
What an amazing date!
soft boy.
You got
Okay.
ads.
We have been at this for... Ooh, hang on. This one is two of them. It's Damien and Hugo. And I think that answers my question. I was going to be like, should we do another one? We don't have a lot of time, but should we do another one? And then we get this one. We're doing this because it's Damien and Hugo. And so I feel like it's... Because last time we hung out, it was Damien's son tried to kill, in other words, Hugo's kid. So we're going to do this. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown, and we were wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Whoa, why can I say Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are gonna bust out my door any minute now. I've gotta destroy this computer. David, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God! Do either of you know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nukes from a startup flash drive. But once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. The Victorians were well versed in information security. I know what he does now. David, do you want to go see some art or not? Art is good. Let's go see art. See that art. Damien and Hugo invited me to their monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm a bit early. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing among all these fancy art people. David? I turn around. It's Joseph. No! Joseph, what are you doing here? Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art, appreciatist? Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too. Damien invited everybody. Yep, admittedly, a little out of my depth here. Thank God. I thought I was going to be the odd one out. You are the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know, thank God.
Oh.
Yep, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister. Don't think that's how that works. The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyway, where are the guys? I look and spot Hugo and Damien, who seems to have just arrived in the gallery. Good eve. Evening, friends.
Oh.
Who's ready for some art? So it's just the four of us. Leave, Joseph. I have no idea what I'm in for. Same. All you have to know is that you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's genuinely always a table that has free wine and cheese. I need my roommate to stop having people over. Because they walk heavy and then I get yelled at by the downstairs neighbors. I like art now. Dude, same. Wine and cheese. Great. I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go help myself to some tiny wines. Talk art with Hugo and Damien. So what's this first place? This particular artist specializes in landscape paintings of various locales within the American Northeast. I look at the art. It's rad art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all these landscapes look like butts to you guys? Damien and Hugo lean in, examining the painting in earnest. It would appear as if you are correct. Valid assessment, David. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy. Oh, it gets more complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What'd I miss? Butts. Shame. The cheese is nice, though. Shall we visit the next place? We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of... I'm not even sure, hang on the walls. It looks like plants. Oh geez. What am I looking at here? This is abstract art. I think one of the more important questions is, what does this art mean to you? I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a metaphor for the human condition. It seems to have been an attempt to visually represent a universal experience. That's really powerful, David. Care to expound on it? These vivid, simple forms communicate a solemnity. There we go. That has betrayed the raw expressiveness of the brushwork, which in a way speaks to the essential nature of human experience. The scars left by the passage of time and the turmoil of contemporary life are both contextualized and deepened by its rose-colored echoes of pre-epital consciousness. Slow down there, David. Do us a favor and keep it simple. It's a butt. Everyone stares at the painting. Yeah, that's definitely a butt. While a valid assessment, I can't help but feel your initial judgment may be closer to the artist's intentions. Maybe you're underestimating just how much the artist liked butts. You are a servant of the Lord. We're all God's creatures, even butts. Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that's rapidly moving towards digitization. Wow, how'd you figure that out? That's what it says on the placard. Oh. Let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by what's the word? Realism? Realism. I'm getting spammed by my own chat. And it's just welcome to the chat, because I have no chat. Maybe one day. As we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. Ugh. Psh, I could do that. No, you couldn't. Excuse me? Oh, here we go. Robert 2.0. Hugo throws hands for paintings.
What?
Hugo, not here. Thank you, Damien. No, come back here. Hugo. The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him. You say you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one. Art is the truest expression of self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. Oh my god. Oh no. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point. Friend, he's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket. I'm sorry. I just love art very much. Your son's name is Ernest Hemingway. Of course you like art. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what would ease the mood? Is it cheese? No. It's wine and cheese. Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese. We got one last stop on the tour. You lot feeling up for it? Is it going to be any weirder than this art? It is absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it. Damien, Hugo, Joseph, and I walk over to a performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at us and each other. Both at each other and us. So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening? I second this question. Performance art. What does it mean? Again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. McFarland. The very humanity of being human. What do you think they're trying to say? I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. I think there's something special about performance art. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw human emotion. The art is catharsis.
I don't know.
That's beautiful, Damien. So what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I really mean it. Damien fixes him with a hard stare. I was gonna start making fart noises, but based on that look on your face, that joke isn't gonna play well with this crowd. Wise. We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. Phew. Think I'm all arted out. Agreed. We all decide to walk home together. We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. I think what I've learned tonight, and it's not just what I've learned about art, which is nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese. The tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun. Cheese wings? Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. Plus, it'd be delicious. A nice Emmons later, possibly. Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? I actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass time. I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions, like, for example, luchadors. I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses, but mostly boats. My father's a painter. My father does art. And I have a picture. I believe my dad sent it to me. Did I tell you guys about this? I don't know. I rarely go... Father... My father, one year, painted a plane. I'm not sure what kind of plane it is, because I can't see it from the side. I can only see it from the front. That spans 3 different canvases with shading on the ground. And it is my favorite piece that he's ever made. And he sent me a picture. I have to go visit him again because I want to see it in person again. But geez. He also painted my dog. Years after this dog died. He painted a Mexican man that I have hanging up at my mom's house over the desk I use when I'm there. I have a little Hershey kiss he drew in 1980. He was, I want to say, a senior in high school. He was born in 63. 73 would be 10, 83 would be 20, 1980. He was a junior in high school in 1980. And he drew a Hershey kiss. And I have that hanging up on my door. Because I had wall space that needed something to go on there, but the wall is where my closet door opens up onto, so it couldn't have a frame or anything. So I put it there. Really? Yeah. I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favor of a long history of religious imagery and artwork. What? Boats are cool.
Oh.
Valid. What about you, David? Food artistry. I would probably do still lifes of various foods, bowls of fruit, maybe some bread in there. Would there be cheese involved? See, I thought about that, and no, I can't stare at a pile of cheese for 8 hours without eating some of it, and that would ruin the whole thing.
Oh.
Excellent point. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. All right, boys. Good art. Good art. Agreed.
Ah.
See you guys around? Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbors after all. I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over. Okay.
Welcome.
That is the end of that. I went on a rant about art. And we have 55 minutes left. We have 55. It's 1:55. We leave at 2. 2 hours. So I think I'm going to be done because I feel like second date with Matt would go over like a lead balloon. And then we'll go, next time, we'll go on more dates with the dads. Get 2 hearts with each dad. And then we'll decide. Sound good with everybody? Again, I have no chat. I'm sad. I don't care though. It gives me an excuse not to be talking to myself. Yeah? Makes sense? I feel like it does. And plus, I'm kind of hungry. And I have to go eat. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will post this VOD on my YouTube, like I do with all the others. I'm wondering if I have to do some math, but, I'm wondering if I move the post date up and post on Wednesdays. So I'll do some math, think about it, let you guys know over on Blue Sky if I decide to move up a day or not. And I will see you guys next time for a fun, let me save again. For another fun round of dating dads. And then after that, we will decide who we want to date on stream. Yeah? So I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. You guys have a wonderful night.